Hello and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns the Dead Man Switch. Man, when I slur those together, it sounds like one sentence. But anyway, we finished cleaning out the Royale, so we're headed back to the Seamstresses Union. Return to the Union. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door into the Seamstresses Union. Seamstresses Union. You know, I don't really spend a lot of time doing proper pronunciation or enunciation, really, on these videos, even though it's something I do take some level of pride in. But I tend to slur my words pretty badly. Anyway, allow me to try that again. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door to the Seamstresses Union. I fucked it up again. I'm just gonna move on. Heads raise and the front door of the bar falls strangely silent. The front room of the bar falls strangely silent. I apparently cannot read tonight. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking. His R's... Somebody take this mouth away from me. Apparently I can't do anything good with it. Deep breath. Let's try this again. Return to the Union. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door into the Seamstresses Union. Heads raise, and the front room of the bar falls strangely silent. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking, his dark eyes flat with fury. Coyote presses a rag to her clawed-up face. She winces, but manages to keep control as she breathes in slow, deep breaths to manage the pain. Taking a closer look, you see her arm isn't much more than shreds of meat and bone held together by tendons and burned skin. It'll be a miracle if she still has it by the end of the night. That was acceptable. We'll move on. Otherwise, I'll be here for 20 minutes trying not to make a mistake. Mrs. Kubota is tending bar herself when Paco walk carries the mangled and bleeding Coyote into the Union. As soon as the boss lady lays eyes on her missing bartender, the place gets quiet fast. By the time she rounds the bar to meet you, Coyote is the color of wet spackle, and there's something new in her eye. Fear. This woman has faced down hellhounds, but the sight of Mrs. Kubota has her staring at the floor and mumbling. Woman, how dare you miss 2 shifts and then come back and bleed on my floor? I'm sorry, Mrs. Kubota. I had a run that went bad. Soka, I can see that. Your arm is a mess. Was this your crusade again? Do not answer. It will only upset me further. You caused me to worry about you, Coyote, and that distracted me from my business. Hi, Mrs. Kubota. My apologies again. Cherry, take her downstairs to Dr. Castle. Yes, ma'am. And tell Castle to put something new and shiny where that arm used to be. Mrs. Kubota, I can't afford a cyber arm. I am aware of your financial situation. When you are healed, we will discuss the concept of Giri, the debt of honor. Now go, bleed elsewhere. Yes, ma'am. Her anger at Coyote's rashness slowly washes from her eyes and is replaced by tears. She sniffs, wipes them away, and inclines her head to you. Domo arigato, Alice Omarda. That girl is precious to me. It is not often that we see acts like these in the Barrens. You have performed a great service for my little family, and I welcome you into my home. Consider it yours while your work keeps you here. But we both know that words are mere air. Beyond my thanks, I offer you this remuneration. Please take it as a show of respect. I am honored, Mrs. Kubota. Thank you. You are most welcome, and I offer more than simple lodging. You will find that there is more to the Union than meets the eye. Below us is a small facility available exclusively for discriminating independent operatives like yourself. In it, you will find vendors selling the best gear the black market has to offer. A fully equipped cyberdock, and a secure place to rest when the dreck hits the fan, as they say. My, you are quite the entrepreneur. Indeed. Normally I require a percentage of the runner's income for the use of this facility, but as I said, you are family now. Consider it on the house. To gain entrance, play GAFFC on the piano. That's not very secure, but okay. All right. So, find the med bay, meet the black market vendors. I want to meet this giant orc woman in some kind of crazy get-up tending bar. I'm trying not to make any crass remarks about, yeah, I'm just not going to say anything. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, okay. Is Mr. Delilah here tonight? Yes, Mr. Delilah in the back bar. That's usually where he does business. You mentioned Coyote's crusade. What is it? Coyote grew up in the Royale, but managed to escape that life. However, her cousin was apparently not so lucky. He came to town about a year ago and fell in with the wrong circle. He was introduced to sim chips and became addicted to I'm going to make that mistake more than once. That's just the first time I've slipped up and said it. Addicted to BLTs. Addicted to BTLs. Coyote has been tearing her way through chip houses for months now, searching for him and acting as a one-woman cleanup crew. And if you don't mind, how did you get involved in all this? I am a former runner. Now I provide a safe haven and a marketplace for runners who need a trustworthy place to congregate and do business. Are any Johnsons or Fixers here tonight? In addition to Mr. Delilah, you may wish to speak to Van Gross. He is often stateside. Van Gross is more often a receiver of found articles, but he occasionally has work. I'll be going now. All right. Let's walk around the place a little bit. What are we working with? Let's talk to Van Gross first. Van Gross is busy talking on his comlink, checking his heads-up display and motioning to a runner standing nearby, all at the same time. He's an intense little man. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. I'm Van Gross. Make it quick. Biz is good. Talk to me. Mrs. Kubota said you're a fixer. He still hasn't looked at you. He's going a mile a minute. Nothing for you tonight. Sorry. I'm doing a thing right now. Important thing. Talk to you later. Oh, hey, lady. One more thing. He covers his comlink for a moment, tilts his head your way, but you can see he's still staring at his HUD. I'm a fence, too. If you get anything you need to unload, come see me. Alright, so that's it for him. Nobody else in the main room, so we'll go to the VIP lounge. What's up, Mr. Clean? Johnny leans on his seemingly brand new mop and surveying the crowd at the Union. Should be surveys, but alright. Hey, Johnny, I'm looking for, well, hold on. Thanks for the tip the other day. Mrs. Kubota said I should go to the safe house, but I don't know quite where that is. The piano is a little out of tune. Check it out. All right. We'll talk to Mr. Clue. Or we'll walk around behind him. The hulking troll bouncer is the... yeah. Oh no, this is a different line. The hulking troll bouncer in the immaculate suit stands as impassively as ever. The absence of dust on his broad shoulders is the only real indication that the man ever moves. He nods to you when you approach. Evening. I see Coyote is back, looking only a little worse for wear. We have you to thank for that? The having her back part, yes. You have the gratitude of everyone here, especially mine. Couldn't stomach losing anyone else so soon after what happened to Sam. You feel protective over the people here. Immensely. Towards anyone who walks through that door, be they employee or patron. Unless they mean ill will, of course. Mind if I ask you a few questions? Haven't minded so far. You hear anything else about Sam's death? People are saying it was the Ripper, but people say a lot of things about what they don't know or what they don't understand. You know where I can find a fence? I think Van Gross is at the bar near the stage. Dwarf with the cyber eye. Can't miss him. How long have you been working for Mrs. Kubota? I crawled in here after I awoke. Mrs. Kubota took me in and gave me a job. I've been here ever since. That seems rude, but I feel like he might take the joke. Do you have to pay extra for a manicure on hands that big? It's not the size they charge more for. It's the blood under the fingernails. I should be going. Did you not have any other... I thought there were more questions I could ask you, but... Wasn't there somebody else I was supposed to talk to? Or were they all downstairs? Guess I'll go do one more sweep of this. No, that's everyone. Unless... Nope, that's nobody. So I guess it's downstairs we go. The piano looks like it's been here since the Union was built, but it doesn't look like anyone has played it in earnest for almost as long. Might as well inspect it. The piano seems normal until you notice it is very rigid. Upon further investigation, it's because the piano is bolted to the wall. A close look at the floor reveals skid marks, indicating that the piano slides to the left. As you slowly peck the notes out on the keyboard, they spark a faint memory of wonder, immediately forgotten as the entire piano slides to the left, revealing a hidden staircase. You descend the stairs into the Union safe house. Alright, there's a surprising number of people down here, actually. Oh, that's my gear. Alright. Let's see. Bothers me that I can't reorder these. Okay, that's fine for now. This musical track is mixed very poorly and hurts my ears. Hold on. Let me adjust it for... if I pan away, it's going to freak the camera out, but that's okay. I'm going to turn it down a little for you guys as well. Actually, what am I doing adjusting it in OBS? I should just adjust it in the game. That would be the smarter choice. Although, as we know, the settings are somewhat limited. It's still kind of glaring. It's just really poorly mixed. All right. Algernon. Past the bar, the edges of the safe house become somewhat indistinct due to the magical haze surrounding a particular elf. The man seems only half of this realm. Is that supposed to be half in this realm? Half of this realm. His mind wandering the far horizons of astral space while his body peddles his otherworldly wares. Good evening, young elf, and welcome to this humble home that we call the Union. I am Algernon Halfdream. To ease your way through the sixth world, I offer you the best in magical foci, spells, and fetishes for the conjuring of spirits. Let me see what you have. Gotcha. It reduces the chance to target some. So it's just a... Okay, yeah. Air elementals, earth elementals, fire elementals, water elementals, and then all the level ones as well. Or some level ones. So I probably need to upgrade my casting both to be able to use these conjuring spells, but also to improve my control over the summons. I gotta figure out how to carry more things too, because I can't be like with only 5 slots to carry stuff, all stuff, not even including, you know, the fetishes. I wonder if I should put a point into spell casting just to have... Because I feel like clearly I need to diversify my my loadout, and putting some points into guns is going to help. But I don't know. Huh. So the adept powers. Interesting. I mean, it makes me really want to explore this tree a lot, but not having any way to, you know, rebuild your character or whatever. Although, you know, thematically appropriate is a little disappointing. Clearly, I should be upgrading my spirit control, but we'll get there. Anyway, let's talk to Eric. I said let's talk to Eric. Change your clothes, change your life, right? Not only will you look better, not that you look bad now or anything, but each one will help to keep you on the right side of the ground. Take a look. So, same gear is still available, it looks like, which is interesting. I mean, well, we'll come back to it. I definitely should buy something. Theodore Buster Grubberman is a well-groomed orc, dressed with precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight, as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusks protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obvious enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of his suit. T.B. Gruberman. When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers. Calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factor, tensile strength, and of course, price. Bunker Buster Grubberman at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer to Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms, ammunition, or ordnance, I'm your man. How can I help you? What exactly do you sell here? Things that go bang in all shapes and sizes, plus other odds and ends on occasion. Consider me your own personal armory. All weapons are guaranteed to meet strict UCAS, military spec, or your money back. In addition, I can handle routine maintenance, repairs, and upgrades if you so desire. And if that wasn't enough, I also teach a safety and instructional course every weekend. This week, we're covering bayonets. Mark my words, they're making a comeback. So what can I get you? Let's take a look. All right. So I'm glad I didn't buy another gun, because clearly more things have become available. Although, side by side, I don't know really what to compare the stats. There's nothing to click to find out more, I guess. So I don't know. I mean, these look pretty much the same to me, aside from the capacity setting, which is, I don't know how many bullets they normally. I mean, that's what, one more shot if you're firing, or if you're firing it in burst. 3-round burst ish, whatever. Anyway, I imagine every time we come back from a major mission, each of these will probably populate with new weapons, or new things to buy, rather. All of the different shops. Oh, come on. This glitchy thing. Every inch of the tech alcove is covered in a chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bit storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. David Fry II. I know that look. Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix hardware or software that exists, and if it doesn't exist, then I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer or any gear you need? I guess we'll go through this because we might as well. What's a deck? You jack into the Matrix or in the cortex of a run. When you jack into the local node of the facility you're in, the deck determines how many programs and ESPs you can carry and the firepower of your base Matrix attack. Decks have IP. When a deck's IP... Oh, this is really poorly formatted. Decks have IP. When a deck's IP is reduced to 0, you'll get booted from the system, and it'll hurt. What's a program? Program in the Matrix allows you to defend your avatar against countermeasures and enemy deckers. There are a wide variety of different programs for attack and defense at different power levels. As you progress as a decker, you can use more powerful versions of these programs. What's an ESP? Johnny, you want to take this one? Johnny Clean. Sure. When you infiltrate a facility on a run, you have a team. When you jack into the Matrix, you are all alone. That's where ESPs come in. An ESP is a highly advanced artificial life program, which when you deploy it, manifests as another team member in the Matrix. Different types of ESPs have different abilities. What do you have for sale? So we don't have anybody who can deck yet. I think there's really only been one or two opportunities to use the ability so far. I assume any case where it's going to be super critical is there probably going to be somebody on my team already. That said, this is sort of like decking is one of the hallmarks of the Shadowrun universe. It's not entirely exclusive. There are variations of it in other cyberpunk settings, but yeah, decking is like one of the things that if you know Shadowrun at all, you probably know a little bit about decking or have heard of it. So we'll probably see it at some point. I don't want to avoid it entirely. Oh, I'm being rude. Let me also introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend, Johnny Clean. While in the same overalls that you saw him in upstairs, down here, leaning over a workbench crammed with circuit boards, cables, and chips, Johnny Clean seems a totally different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as invisible as the most infamous deckers today. Good to see you down here. Happy to be of help if I can be. How is decking used? The decking skill is often used just on terminals in the real world to get information, hack doors, etc. But occasionally a run will have the option or the requirement to go into the local matrix LAN of the facility you are infiltrating in order to gain access to valuable information or control more important things in the real world. Why are you dressed as a janitor? Because it's good for infiltration. Did I stand out upstairs? No, janitors never do. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and out of systems so cleanly that no one knew I was there. Half the Matrix runs that earned me my rep were made possible because I was able to get inside the facility posing as a janitor. Now it's just sort of part of me. Is it true you were part of the Echo Mirage team? Let me take this one. Listen, I've known the guy for over a decade, and he's been smart enough not to tell me. So he's sure as hell not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and his, best to let the subject drop. See you guys around. Alright, who's left? Have we talked to everyone? Who's left? You? Are you someone? Who is left? Am I missing something? I mean, I don't think I fail anything if I don't do it, but like, I want to do it. I don't know. I'm hoping that the last one is... doesn't say anything, so I don't know. Nobody else seems to want to talk, so... Guess I'm just gonna assume this is it. Dr. Sarah Castle. Make it quick, I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. Oh, that's mean. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Looked like you could use a hand. Ouch. Bad joke right now. She looks down at her mangled arm. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you to go sit in the waiting area. Watch some trivet or something. This young lady and I have work to do. Mrs. Kubota never said what kind of cyber arm she'd pay for. I want something badass. Got one with a laser inside? You'll take what I give you, lady. Now let's have a look at your face. Leave it. Excuse me? Coyote. I earned this face by being stupid. I'm gonna keep it. End story. Whatever you say, kid. With one swift move, she sinks a syringe into Coyote's thigh. Nighty-night. Coyote looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged, and she's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. But now the adrenaline has worn off. It's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost as good as new. Better, really. Can I talk to you for a few moments, Coyote? About Sam? Sam Watts? What about him? Sam's dead. Holy dreck. Sam. I can't say I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I did. Did you guys jam? Whoa. She smiles at Paco. Easy, lover. No, it wasn't like that. We were friends. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry he's gone. You served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that night? It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Jake Armitage? Yeah, you know him? Met him. He's a charmer, too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few. Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing him back, but good. Eventually he got loud, the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what. And Mrs. Kubota wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue wasn't around, can't remember why, so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. You said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard Sam Drek, how he grew up rich and didn't deserve this, how he hated his mother, how he loved his mother. It was pretty pathetic stuff. Did Sam have any enemies? She thinks. Enemies, that's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies, at least none that I'm aware of. Where did Sam live? On the streets, mostly. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes I'd sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. How bad was his drinking? If it was just the drinking, it would have been bad, but Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything, booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro, whatever he could get his hands on. It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Sam was sick? Dying. Didn't you know? Yeah, everyone could tell. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good, even. Did he say how he got better? He said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Thanks, Coyote. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Royale run. He is usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I can take another run when I recover. I will. No. I got the gems. Oh, it's optional. Okay, there it is. But I said I was going to do that. It's kind of confusing. All right. This episode's been long already, but we're going to talk to Sarah here. In Shadowrunner circles, the term doctor is often used quite liberally to describe any sawbones with the needle and thread. But in the case of the Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanistic fetishes. This is sixth world medicine of the highest caliber. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder, like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. You're welcome. And I suppose you were the one who patched her up. Impressive work. Thank you. It's a shame she wouldn't let me repair her face, though. She notes you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service medbay under a dive bar in a slum. Don't be. This is a Shadowrunner bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there's no better place to set up a practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I may not be as mobile as Doc Wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? Tell me more about trauma kits. Trauma kits are fully automated stabilization units that include a defibrillator, spray-on synthetic skin, and medical nanomachines. They can save a runner's life if you move fast enough. So if you're bleeding out, one of these can get you back on your feet? Exactly, but you have to be quick. This is Doc Wagon's own field tech, but even their stuff has its limits. What cyberware do you have available? Oh, I didn't really want to see that yet. So the problem, as I don't know if we looked at it directly, but if I lose essence, it also reduces the amount I can cast, I believe. Oops, that's... Nope. No, I definitely don't want to close OBS. Jesus. I was trying to press the button, not go over to the next screen and close the window. Jesus. What am I doing here? Shaman. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. Essence. A living being's life force. Installing cyberware depletes essence, which causes cooldown times for spells to increase. The base number of spell slots available to the caster is equal to half of their essence rounded down. Therefore, losing essence can cause spell slots to be permanently lost. You cannot have less than one essence. So I probably want to avoid getting any implants. I see shamanistic fetish. I see shamanic fetishes. You a shaman too? While modern medical technology makes surgery less disruptive than it used to be, it's still an ordeal for both the body and the spirit, requiring extensive recuperation to properly heal. I am trained in the ways of the spirit world as well as the scientific world. I do my best to heal the whole patient. What's that on your shoulder? This little guy supports the healing rituals I perform on my patients after surgery, dramatically reducing their recovery time. Not standard procedure, of course, but the results speak for themselves. See your medical supplies. Oh, wow. So I have one of the basic ones. Got it. So it's a resurrection, basically. Interesting that she only sells basic medkits, though. Alright. So I finished the optional objective to meet everybody now. Cool. Alright. We're gonna call this this episode to a close. This one was a little long. Thank you guys for watching more of this. Let me know what you're thinking so far. We're sort of at a good plot beat here, so if you haven't already. Share your thoughts on the game, on the system, on the setting, on the design, all the different stuff. I enjoy it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.